So it's the time of year where we start or may start like, oh, I can't wait till next year. Like we start looking forward to what's next. And that's totally appropriate. I mean, it's never a wrong time to start imagining and calling in, getting a vision, desiring something new and different for yourself. In fact, change is something that is always happening around and within us. So when we get on board to accept it as a part of life, we open ourselves up to experience lots of new things. Um, Lots of things we haven't known before. We can entertain new interactions with people, new experiences and places. I made a promise to myself at the beginning of the summer that I would go see live music, and I was able to do that not as often as I wanted to in the summer. I think I went twice, maybe 3 times. Anyway, but I went with my brother a couple of times, but more recently I've been wanting to go and was like, you know what? If I don't get somebody to go with me, I'm not going to let that be a barrier to something that I want. We speak of things a lot of times in terms of projected success. We'll tell people, oh, everybody can't go. Well, all I wanted to do was go see music. So it didn't seem like it would be a big task to find someone to go with. But also because it wasn't working out that way. But I made a promise to myself. And one of the things that I'm most grateful that I've noticed as I was able to begin building that trust with myself again is to know I don't lie to me. I might mishear something. I might misunderstand something. I might take a little while for all the cars of the train to get aligned on the track exactly, but I do not lie to myself. And I said I was going to go see music. So a few weeks ago, sometime last month, I went to South Jazz Kitchen. I had always wanted to go there. I drove past and all of these other things. I was like, oh, I want to go, or oh, that would be a nice date night, and this, that, and another thing. But a saxophonist that I like, Eric Darius, was going to be there, and on a humbug, I said, you know what? Fine, fuck it. I bought a ticket and I went. Had a wonderful time. I had I think I had just as much fun alone as I would have with someone else, because it's not like if somebody else was there, I would have been talking with them during the performance. I would have just had somebody there. I would have still been in my own experience. And guess what? That's exactly what freaking happened. I had my own experience. I was still observing myself being just as ebullient and vibrant and interactive as if I would have if I was with a good as I would have if I were with a group of friends. Um, Interesting thing happened. Uh, the way the tables are arranged, I was by myself, but there was also another solo table right next to me. And a young lady at some point had sat there, and we exchanged hellos and pleasantries and this, that, and other. But for the most part, we had our own very separate evenings. Um, at the end of the night, I got ready to, I saw the waitress come up because the show was getting ready to be over. So the waitress came up and was about to give everybody checks. And I was like, oh, what I owe you? And she just kind of side-eyed the lady sitting next to me. And the lady said, oh, I was hoping you didn't notice. I paid your tab. She's like, I loved your energy. And it was just such a great night sitting here. And I was like, yo, it's the first time in my life that it dawned on me that just me doing nothing, being myself, was a valuable thing to someone else. Didn't know me, didn't, she could have just went home and told her friends, oh, I sat next to this lady who had this energy or whatever, but she chose to express her appreciation in a tangible way to me by comping my tab. And it wasn't, I ain't run it up, but at the same time, because I was expecting to pay it, I ordered what what I wanted. I had a couple of drinks, I had appetizers, I had food. Like I was preparing to pay for myself. So the gift, I feel like for me, that was like a synchronicity of the universe affirming my decision to agree with me to not let the absence of something or someone be a barrier to my joy or my experience. And also, there are always people around waiting to enjoy me. Not waiting to, but who will happen to. You know what I mean? Like there's no need for me to be afraid of being Marquita. It also, this awareness helps me understand a lot more of my parents' concerns. Um, Maybe when I was a child, because if I was just as expressive and wanting to interact with people as a child, dancing in public just because I heard music or something like that, you got to teach children, particularly, when you come from a place where resources are sparse and your parents want to protect you, especially as a girl, you can't be out shaking your ass. I mean, I wasn't a twerky girl, but old men can be lecherous. You ain't really got to be doing nothing. It was a man, in fact, it was a store I wasn't allowed to go to by myself because it was known that the man in the store used to touch the little girls there. So anyway, that's a whole big diversion. But I could see how uh, maybe certain behaviors weren't supported or encouraged, or in fact blatantly discouraged for me in terms of how I act, how I dressed, and all of that. But those weren't things, and those are things that I continued for a time. But that's not anything I got to do now. I can be wise even as I am myself out in public. There's, you know, it's no need. It's no need. And I said all that, I shared all that to hope to encourage someone. Don't wait to go have fun. You are enough of a person to have a good time on your own. I promise. I promise. Because something I even like intentionally allowed myself to notice, because I was always fearful of other people's perceptions at some time, is nobody's giving a fuck. At least it's not as much as I thought, or in the way that I thought when I'm out in the world. And you know why? Because I'm not really conscious of them. At some point, the worry fades away when I tune into that moment, when I practice presence and be who I am, where I am, when I am, as I am. When I can pull all of that together, the whole rest of the world fades away. It's me and my bubble. And you know this, if you look up, everybody else got their own bubble. Everybody. Everybody. So, don't wait. Don't let the absence of a person keep you from doing the thing that you want to do. Even if, and I'm glad I gave it to myself, because now if I do ever have that experience with another person, I'm not so wowed by the experience that my senses are dulled to whether or not this person is for me. You know what I mean? Is it a unicorn or is it a jackass in a party hat? Gotta be able to be aware. So, yeah, one of my promises to myself, not even a promise, I said of myself that next year, 2024, I will continue the trend. I am putting some shit on, like nice shit, hair done, all of that, and taking myself out someplace nice at least once a month. Someplace that I consider fancy, even whether it's for a meal or a coffee or something, because it's what I want, and why not? A few times a month, I will be, at more things connected to what I want to learn. Writing workshops, open mics, music things, whatever it is. But I am going to be very intentional because life has a way, and the things that concern us have a way of crowding out the things that give us joy. Like it pushes them down further on the priority list. But if joy is from where our strength is derived, we got to be able to tap into it. We got to be able to allow ourselves to know, explore, discover, understand, be immersed in whatever that is. All right, I'm looking at the timer and I'm a minute over. I didn't really want to be over 10 minutes, so I'm gonna shut up. Not really bullshit. I feel like that was shit that was worth it. But if it was bullshit to you, fuck it. Have a good day anyway. Love you.